Hello, family. How y'all doing today? I made it outside. I have my extension cord. It's a beautiful day today. April 28th, Monday, Moon Day. First off, I want to start off with a little commercial. I'm my own sponsor. Paradox 09322 is a community. And I also want to share my talents and gifts, which also provide for this channel. And today I will be advertising or showing. This is called Banana Split, one of my aromatherapy fragrance oils. And all of my fragrance oils are unisex, so they're for men and women. So there's no certain one that's for a man and woman. It's whatever your liking is. And as you can see the what I use in my I did write down a little promotion for this right here. A swirl of sunshine. This banana, it's a swirl of sunshine for your soul. Banana Split. It has banana, cocoa mango, and caramel is in here, and also which gives a little warmth to it, the caramel. Then we have the fruitiness of the banana, the coconut, and mango. And the therapeutic of it is that it uplifts your soul. It invokes joy. Then of course the sweetness of it. It soothes stress, and it kind of inspires playful energy. And these go for $10 or 3 for $25. And what I have in here, you can see the bottom. That is the alcohol that I use. Is I either use brandy, cognac, or gluten-free vodka. And you have to shake it. You can kind of see. You see it moving right there. And the oil that I use is sweet almond oil. And how you do, you see on the back it says shake well before use. You do like 1, 2, 3. As you can see, it is mixed up. You may see you can kind of see it now. I just love it. I love chemistry. And I just see it kind of reminds you of a lava lamp. And I just love how the bubbles, because you can actually see the goodness in it. And then you just do whatever you want to do, the post points, wherever you want to be at. That's where it's going to be. And it's a long lasting scent. And it also stays in your own personal space. It's not overpowering. And you can put it on as many times as you want to. Like I said, it's a long lasting scent. And you'll see when you put it on, it may some of my oils may seem strong at the beginning, but like in a regular fragrance counter, how like for instance certain Chanel perfumes can smell very powerful, or even men perfume like Polo Red, Polo Blue, Black. It can smell overpowering in the beginning, but then as it sits, it kind of mellows down, and then you can really get the smell of it. So same thing with most of my aromatherapy fragrance oils. The same thing. And this right here, it will support the channel where I'm able to get the best material and the best whatever I may need, computer, phone, whatever, to make sure that I'm able to have the best to get out the message and to the community, and that I'm able to enjoy and be up here with you, because I'm working towards where I can have my own website where I'll be able to promote all of the creations that I have, and also be able to have my videos up there as well, so that I won't have to kind of censor myself. What I have to say, I'll be able to speak freely. So I'd rather just have my own. I'm grateful for being on YouTube at the moment, but with the help of the community and investing in my creations, that this will become possible. So I just want to say I appreciate everyone that has thus far invested in my brand, and thank you from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate it. And now today I want to talk about is X. Chromosome. And this is something that I've known for a while. A lot of things that I'm putting on video now is not something I have come across just now. It's something that I have known, but was afraid to, speak upon it because no one's talking about it. But that's how things is. Someone has to start this domino effect. Someone has to bring it out to the surface. Nothing is hidden up under the sun. Everything has been talked about that we are speaking of, because God is the Alpha and Omega. So there's nothing that we speak about that God doesn't already know about. God was in the beginning and in the end. So God already knows the different ways, the different parallels that there are, that I can say one word, it can go that way, or can say a different way to go that way. So all parallels are taken care of whichever way I go to. So it doesn't matter. It's already been said and done. So it's just manifesting through us as people. But yeah, the X, just going on by a biological fact, X was here first. So I'm just going to leave it at that and let you sit with that for a second, because all I'm going to say is that kind of defies what the Bible says, if we go by that biological fact. And we've even heard it scientifically when it says the first female was here and they called her Lucy. Now, I was talking about that. I don't know if it was in my last video that I did, or if it was in the Tower of Babel, which that one is on Instagram. It's not on it's not on YouTube. But that's just something to think about. But we do know for a fact that the Y came from the X, and that the Y was about to be an X, because I will never forget how the X looked. The X had a tail, so we know it was about to be an X, but for whatever reason, deformation or rejection or whatever the case may be, it did not fully form into an X. So even with me looking up X, of course we know it's a Greek letter that also is a Greek, or it's a Greek origin, but X can also mean 10. And even in that, the 1 and the 0 in the binary code, and then you can flip it and say 0, 1. And then I'm seeing the Alpha and Omega in that, because we know that the 0, that's where everything comes from. I remember when I was in school, they had 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3. Just letting you know that that number came from the 0, but for whatever reason, they took out the feminine aspect of the numbers, and they just had 1, 2, 3. And even the negative, well, the negative, like, or what they call it, they don't call it negative. It's plus, what are the numbers called? Like 1, 3, 7, 9. Let me see. Oh, it was even, uneven. That's what they call it, but it's kind of something else. Let me see. It's odd. Odd numbers. But they call it odd. Let me look at what odd. Let me look up odd for a second. The etymology of odd. Well, it says constituting a unit in excess of an even number. So, because then it goes into, you know, which isn't really pertaining to what I'm trying to talk about, but, you know, strange, peculiar, we know about is going to, you know, actually odd, you know, instead of being the number, the actual, which, you know, it's kind of odd, you know, peculiar or strange. So, so yeah, it's called, I'm thinking it's something else instead of just, I don't think it's called something else. I'm more scientific. Well, so this is what it is. I don't know, I'm trying to make it bigger than what it is, but it says scientific name is for odd numbers that cannot be, is not divisible by 2. So, so, X is the beginning, is the Alpha and Omega. That's how I'm seeing that, because when I read into it, it says, Greek origins is to see chi. And I know chi is, you know, breath, which that's what God gave us when he breathed into our, you know, if we're going by what the Bible says, breathe into our nostrils. That's what animates us. If we don't have any air, any breath to breathe, we're not living. We're no longer animated. So with that in itself, X is the beginning. X is where everything comes from, which that goes right there into biology, where they even say that the fetus is a female until, you know, after 5 weeks, when the Y or the X chromosome from the male kicks in. And I could go, one thing I'm going to say is, the egg is the seed. The egg is the X chromosome. And we know the sperm is a Y, of course, but it carries both. But we know the egg only carries X, and that's it. It's double X. And double X is double quality, which means twin, actually. And then when it's a triple X, which is the Holy Trinity to me, which is the strongest quality. That's 3. That's a tri-bond. Even, I mean, so it's a triple feminine, divine feminine, which makes woman, because even though it's separate, it's still one unity. Even that's taught in the Bible. Yeah, chi is connected to X. So when I'm connecting the dots, that's going back to the beginning again. You know, that's going back to our life. That's what gives us energy. That is the source of who we are. There is a profound order in this world, despite the chaos that we see, turmoil that we see each day. When we seek to comprehend the chaos, we fall short. When we broaden our perspective by noticing the whole rather than a piece of the puzzle, we will recognize life is simply one part of a broader perspective. A meaning, a meaning we cannot fathom, because I was writing really fast. A meaning that we cannot fathom, and that is so true. You know, we're just a small piece of the puzzle, you know, and we've been given pieces of the puzzle, and we have to think, and we just throw it away, and then see that no one's looking at it. Oh, this is another piece of the puzzle, which I've started to see that for myself. Then when I get a piece of a puzzle from here or here, I'm like, wait a minute, I remember that from there, because I'm remembering, I'm recognizing. the information that I've been given, instead of just getting it and then just throwing it out. No, I keep it because that's a piece of the puzzle. I'm seeing that this is a micro and a macro, as above, so below. There is the big piece of there's a big puzzle, and we're pieces of it. All of us are pieces of it. All different religions are pieces of it. So we can't dismiss any religion. Like I said, astrology is religion, astronomy is religion, even numerology, anything that has doctrine or has a law, or like I said, Islam, Judaism, Buddhism, Taoism, etc. Those are all I see as languages. And they're different pieces of the puzzle because we all were one language at one. And then it got broken up. And so the story that was told at first in one language was broken up, and people started telling it as they wanted to. That's how, for instance, when it comes from the source, how people can tell a story, but then once you get through other people, they take out what they want to take out and put what they want to put in, because they, oh, this story that you just told me doesn't sound interesting, so I'm gonna add something to it, or I don't want that to be told, so I'm gonna take that out and then tell the story. So that's the same thing with religions and doctrine. They got it from the one source, and then they spread it out and did as they pleased and told it how they wanted to. And so but the thing of it, the theme is the same. Like with Buddha, Jesus, Krishna, they all had what they was born of a virgin mother. So that in itself, because even with that, that's going back to the X. Because in the beginning, woman didn't need, and once again, woman, the man is in the woman. She, the he's in the she. Her, the he's in the her. But when you say man, there is no woman in that. When you say he, there is no, the feminine is taken out. When you say she, that's including everybody. So it's not saying, oh, but that's just, no, it's not. It's including everybody. So, if I say, God, and I refer to her as a she, I don't get offended. I'm just including both man and woman. When I say woman, it's not just talk about me. It's both. So I've come to realize that, and even when you say X, it's still including the Y, because the Y came from the X. Anything that came from that, I'm not taking anything away from it. But when you just say half of it and say man, you're leaving out the woman. But when you say woman, you're talking about both. So that's just something I had to relearn myself. But we all work of art. But we all came from mother. So God is a woman in the sense, but really God, to break it down for people to understand, but God is even above that. God has no gender, because God isn't physical. God is breath. And you can't touch that. You can't see that. You can when it gets condensed, or when it's in the cold, you can see it. Or, I think that's right, in the cold. Or you can see when you blow something, but you can feel it, but you can't grasp it. And that's God. You can't grasp God. You can't mold God. So, and the dark matter, I believe, because once again, dark, prima, that's going back. I feel like darkness is the beginning. That's once again night and day. Even this is evening and morning were the first day. So even let you know that darkness was here first, not light. So light came from darkness. Darkness didn't come from light. Those little things like that they're not breaking down in the Bible is what's the tiny things. That's what I'm saying. The tiny things is what matters most. Just like I say, less is more. Now, you look at all the big bright stuff, that's just distraction. When in actuality, a little small thing is what's really keeping everything together. Because you take that little thing out, the whole thing falls. Just by one tiny thing. So, the X is the initial, the Alpha and Omega, the initiation for the double. which is a double quality to 2x is which I feel is a twin, and then triple, which, you know, if you want to say the wise, the wise, the maiden, and the mother, that's the Holy Trinity. So, you know, once again, it was even in Wonder Woman, it shows you who was here first. They didn't know what a man was. That was odd because it was mostly women. We're no men. They saw that as a what they call a paradox, an anomaly. That's why I love my name, Anomaly and Paradox, because that fits me. But it's just a very profound order that we come out of. You know, it's time to go back to the beginning, to the firstborn, who was here first. Because think about it for a second. Who's gonna be in charge when it's brother and sister? You know, I say siblings, because it could be all sisters, all brothers. So it's always the firstborn that's the leader, right? You just can't come and say, oh no, the third one is a leader, because no. The first one was here first, which is the one that is basically the example to the other 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, however many children. But the first one is the one that's going to be basically next in line to look over the children. Because now you're the oldest, depending on, you know, how far apart, you know, they are. But it's still an example. It's still, you're the leader. You're the one to be an example to the other ones that are looking up to you because you're the oldest. You're the elder. And in this case, X is the elder. The feminine is the elder. Is the firstborn. And I just kind of want to bring that into, or bring it back to here. Instead of it being back in the back, we're bringing it to the forefront. There we go. Bringing it to the forefront. It's been on the back burner for a long time, overlooked, and that's why we're so disrespected now and taken out of it in the Bible and in other things. And as long as we keep going by that narrative, they're going to keep going by it. But like I said before, the lie cannot be told once it has been recognized. But if it has not been recognized by all, they can kind and defy the little ones that's talking about it and make them look bad, whatever. But when it starts to be a bond, they can't, the lie, they see that the lies recognize how they can't do that anymore, because a lot, everybody's seeing it now. The truth cannot be told, it can only be recognized. Like I said before, I can say it to some blue in the face, and nobody's gonna say it's the truth until their perspective has changed once again, like with the lenses of the glasses. Changing it into where you can see, taking that sty out of your eye, where we can see, and also see from a higher level. Now you're not seeing it from chicken view, you're seeing it from an eagle's point of view, because now once again it's a broader perspective. And that's how I see X. And once again, X is also, you know, as Christ. You know, X is an initial for Christ. Like I was saying, the binary is 0, 1. Flip it is 10. As I say, X in Roman numerals is 10. And X in Greek, which is the origin, is chi, which is first breath. And also materia prima, which is dark matter, first matter. You know, anybody that understands alchemy knows what I'm talking about. That once again is another religion. It's also another I call another language. It's omnipresent, omnipotent. Yeah, it's called the first matter. It's prima, materia, matter, mother, mater, mother, mater in French, pater. You think about pattern. So that's something I just thought about that. Pater, that's more of a masculine pattern, because it's, you kind of, it's in order. Because once again, like I said, order came from chaos. It had to be chaos first. And also going back to the seed. The egg is the seed. The sperm is a fertilizer. It fertilizes the seed. The seed is already in the earth, in the womb. It's already planted there. It just needs the fertilization that gives it that kick to grow. Because that's the part that was given when with the why, that part. It was about sharing. The X was sharing. And also there is no rape, because it wants to say that the sperm penetrated. No, the sperm didn't penetrate. The egg chose which sperm it wanted. It opened its way. There is no bullying. There is no. There's still respect. So if the sperm got through, it's because the egg opened its barrier for the sperm to come in. Yeah. There ain't no breaking in house. So that's why you see all of them. It ain't nothing that they're bumping up against it, but nobody's getting in. The egg knows which sperm it wants and how many it wants. Because I really think it's only natural for 1, 2, 3, maybe 4. But anything after that, I feel like you done went through, some kind of vitro fertilization, or like some of these superstars, you're trying to have a designer baby. Or anytime the doctor comes in and takes the egg out and fertilizes it, you don't know what's going. Now it's in man's hands. It's no longer in God's hands, because man is tampered with it. So that's just how I see that. And it's a bit of knowledge to share. But just to go over the whole poem, this was talking about the X chromosome, and that the X was here first, and the Y come from the X, and is also the Alpha and Omega. It is our breath of life. And it's going by biological fact. This is nothing that's made up in alchemy, the materia prima, and this dark matter that we're talking about. Just think of it. I just want you to see, when you start seeing things in a different way now, when you see matter, you don't see it the same way as matter no more. You see it as mother, and it kind of gives you a different perspective of how this world, was created and how it operates. Once again, there is profound order in this world, despite the turmoil we see. And even in that chaos, there's order. So even the chaos is not chaotic. It's chaotically on purpose. So when we seek to comprehend, once again, we seek to comprehend God, so we fall short. And that's another thing, you can replace chaos with God. When we seek to comprehend God / chaos, we fall short, because we will not ever. And that can go back to a feminine, because men say that we will never understand a woman, a female. I'm just saying, female, Iron Man. Right, even female has male in it, so it's still. That's why I just see stuff differently, because my lenses are different, and so I see things different, and I comprehend and discern. I want people, and it's just amazing, because it takes to a whole nother level. It expands your brain cells. It expands the cerebellum, and also my oils. It expands olfactory in the brain as well. So I've gotten a lot of compliments on my oils. Shout out again to my close friend Danielle. Hopefully you're still enjoying your cognition. And if Christina's watching, hope you're enjoying your cognition as well. My dad, he uses a beauty sleep. I have a few other people that use beauty sleep as well. And of course, I'm enjoying my fragrances, and I didn't think about promoting one last when I did my other video, but I will try to remember. Because I happen to be this one I'm wearing. I usually wear a different one each day, so I can kind of, because I've made a lot of them, and a lot of them I haven't even used yet. So I'm trying to do one a day, and I go through. I have an alphabetical order. I mean, that's not like y'all really know how I have them, but that's how I have them set up in my display. They're all in alphabetical order. So I'm going through the letters like that, so I know that I'm at least experiencing them one time and able to let everyone know how they smell. And then also, see how they smell on me, even though I'm making them in my head, but how they smell on the skin. So, yeah. And I think that's about it. Didn't really have that much. I see didn't go as long as the other one. Which I'm on expecting to, all of them to be an hour, sometimes 15 minutes or 10 minutes, however. But I just do go as spirit leads me. And but yes, X, double X, triple X, and I see that as the helix DNA once again. So even DNA is triple, and so that's about it. And like I said, you can also look up things yourself. That just don't take my word for it. Look it up and see for yourself. And that's how I come across and do things that I do. People that have listened to this, so just don't listen to me. Go and look it up yourself. So of course, and I love to read. So if it's interesting, I will get what I need to get, and get the information that I need, and learn even more, because they're not telling you all of it. They're telling you some things that they have come across and that has stuck with them. To share with their tribe or family or community. And so that's what I'm saying with you when you look up yourself, you may see something that I might didn't point out that may stick to you more than it stuck to me. It's all about us learning together, so it's like it's a feedback, it's a loop. Like I'm giving it out, and also I want to receive, so then I'm able to give back out again, because now I'm taking in what you're giving me, and now I've kind of put that with what I already have, like a computer. So yeah, I just want to say I love y'all, and I appreciate y'all, and I appreciate all the support that I have been getting, that I am getting, and that I will be getting. So, and also I appreciate all the ones that will be helping me and investing in me, so that I may broaden and be able to help and get the message out to other people. And I thank y'all. Be prosperous.